Hello guys, welcome back to the series of tutorials on C++. I am Deepak Niyal. In previous tutorial we discussed out various type of polymorphism like compile time and runtime, and then we discussed an example where we had a shape class which was being inherited in another class triangle, and then we used various means to invoke the draw function of these classes. So let's start with the implementation and understand this clearly. So we have a class shape and it has a public function which is draw. So let's make it void first, and this function is not going to do much, but it's just going to print shape base class. Now I am going to inherit this class in triangle class, and the inheritance is public, right? But here you have to override the draw function so that you can implement your own functionalities. I am not drawing anything here. You can make this function draw something, but just pass a message drawing triangle. So just looking at this message you can understand that a triangle is being drawn by this. And now coming to the main driver function. So first task is to create an object of triangle. So it's derived class object, and then if you want to invoke draw on this, it should print drawing triangle. You can also create an object of shape with the name S, and if you invoke draw on this, it will print shape base class. Other than this, you can use triangle star tptr, which is triangle pointer, and then try to invoke draw on this. It's again going to call this drawing triangle function. Now create pointer of shape class and try to call draw on this. So till now everything is going fine, and these functions should print whatever they are expected to print. So I will just put few lines in the comments so that it's easier for you to understand. So this is derived class pointer, and here it is base class pointer, right? So let's go to the terminal and run this program. So let's compile this program. Triangle shape.cpp program is compiled successfully. Now you can run the program, and the first one is drawing triangle, then shape base class, drawing triangle, and shape base class, and it's working as expected, right? So now let's move to another part and now try to aim base class pointer at the base class object, and then we'll aim derived class pointer at derived class object, and after that we are going to aim base class pointer at the derived class, right? And then we'll understand the difference and the need of the virtual functions. Now you have seen that all these things are working perfectly. You can take sptr, which is pointer of base class, and aim this pointer at object of the base class like this. So you are actually storing address of base class object in base class pointer, and if you try to call or invoke draw function on this, it will work perfectly, right? So I will write in comment so that it's easier for you to figure it out. Other than this, let's try to aim derived class pointer at derived class object. So it should be tptr equal to ampersand t. So we are storing address of derived class object in derived class pointer, and then you can call this function draw like this. Okay, now let's try to run this program and see the output. We can comment these statements where we are trying to invoke some functions so that it's not confusing. We want these declaration as we are using them down here. So let's start, and it should give us an output shape base class, and another function should give us output drawing triangle, right? So let's compile this program first. It's compiled successfully. Now see the output, and you can see we are getting shape base class and drawing triangle, which is perfectly fine. Now here comes the important step when we are trying to aim base class pointer at derived class. and there we'll understand why we need virtual function in our classes. So let's begin it. We have sptr and we are pointing this pointer at derived class, or you can say that we are assigning address of derived class pointer in the base class. So it should be ampersand t, and now we'll print sptr and draw. So just comment these because our target is this now, and here we were expecting that it should print drawing triangle, but it will not do so. So just run the program and see the output. Compile the program first, run it, and you can see we are getting save base class, which means that it is invoking base class function rather than function of the derived class. So it basically reveals that invoked functionality depend on the type of the pointer or reference used to invoke the function, not the type of the object for which member function is called, right? But now let's understand this thing in detail, that it's possible to invoke the object type functionality. Here in this case, to invoke the functionality of this triangle class rather than invoking the functionalities of the shape class using the concept of virtual functions, right? So that concept we are going to cover in later part of this tutorial. But let us understand one more important thing here. You can also try to aim your derived class pointer at base class object. So how you are going to do that? We have tptr, right? And then you have shape class like this, and you have to use tptr and draw. So what you are trying to do here, you are trying to aim your derived class pointer at base class object. Clear? So can you guess what should be the output of this? You will find out that compiler prevent this assignment because a shape is not a triangle, right? So let's run this program first and then try to understand how it behaves. I will comment this first and then see output of this. So compile this program, and you can see there is some error occurring. It is saying invalid conversion from shape to triangle. So what is the reason behind that? The reason behind that is very simple. Here we can understand that a triangle is a 2D shape, but 2D shape is not a triangle. And that's why compiler is preventing us from this assignment. You cannot point a derived class pointer at base class object, right? Otherwise what will happen? You will try to access all the base class member function from the derived classes, right? So compiler doesn't allow this. You can try to find out some more interesting facts and reasons about this and tell me in the comment that why compiler does not allow this. Alright, let's try to understand one important concept here. You can see we have a shape class and we have a triangle class, and in both the classes we have a function draw. Now let's try to create one more function, print, and it will just print a simple message. This is triangle, and here, so you know that this is not allowed, so we'll comment this, and this is allowed, so I am uncommenting this. But after sDraw, let's try to call print function from here. So can you guess what will be the output? Just try to think on it and try to answer in the comments. I will also comment this draw function because we don't need this as of now. So I hope you have guessed the answer. But if you have not guessed the answer, just see the output and then we will discuss its region. So let's compile this program first. And you can see it's giving us an error. It is saying shape class has no member print. So it's very important concept here that of a base class pointer, the compiler allows us to invoke only base class member functions. Thus, if a base class pointer is aimed at derived class object and an attempt is made to access a derived class only member function, a compilation error will occur, right? So what happened in this case? We have a base class having one function draw. We have a derived class triangle and it has two functions. But you can see that print function is only available in the derived class. And in this way, shape class pointer is not allowed to access this function. Clear? If you try to do so, compiler will throw an error. Can you think why compiler is giving us an error? Just think about this, find out some good reasons and answer me in the comments. So I think all these concepts are enough for this lecture. If you have any doubt or query regarding any of these things, you can write in the comments and I will try to respond back as soon as possible. So guys, see you in the next video with the concept of virtual function. Till then, thank you so much.